Merry Christmas. This is part one of a two-part special series that we're doing for the holidays called Getting Lucky. And we just want to thank you for being able to do videos like this and to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Look for part two in exactly a week.
School, grade school, I walked past his house every day, and that green scout was sitting there, and I thought that was the most beautiful little bug there ever was, and I kept saying, I want to have that sometime. Little do I know, I ended up with it. It was fun to look at, it fun to talk about. I guess that's what makes memories.
We're on an adventure to buy a classic, if not the most classic, modern SUV. We're about 8 hours north of Boulder, Colorado, in Wyoming, almost at the very northern end of it, heading toward a town called Lowell. I think that's how it's pronounced. And to help me, I've got my man Tommy back there. I've got Mike, and of course, the one and only Mr. Truck. Now here's the deal, and this is a non-runner. He put it away 20 years ago. He said the wires have been all chewed by mice. He actually said that we got to wear respirators when we go into this barn because there might be some airborne virus that could be very dangerous. So it's all kind of sketchy at best. You know what the top three problems with old Scouts are?
What?
Rust. But I like the fact that it's a barn find. The guy seems really nice. He said that, you know, his dad's old truck was in good running condition when he put it in the barn, but you always wonder about that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, what we have good on our side is in a barn and in very low humidity.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Tommy, Ken told us we weren't true truckers unless we bought CDs on the road. So we went ahead and picked up two greatest hits albums, basically. First up is the Love Songs of Kenny Loggins. And then also, Super Soul Legends Volume 1, a list of true classics. Look at this, Tina Turner, Barbara Carr, Ernie Johnson.
I don't think truckers listen to love songs.
Disappointing.
We listen to drinking songs with trains and trucks in them.
It was the best we could find, Ken.
Well, I think there's a barn. So now to look at the find, huh?
Wait a minute, is a barn find a little barn? Or is it a big barn?
Oh, that's the barn.
Is this the barn? That's a small barn.
Is it a
It's
small
not
barn?
buried in there, is it?
Oh, we'll find
Oh
out.
my gosh.
It might be buried in there.
In the 1950s, International Harvester noticed the success the Willys Jeep had found after returning from the battlefield. International saw an opportunity for a more refined, off-road worthy vehicle, and chief designer Ted Ornis was given the challenge. The final design for what was later known as the Scout 80 featured more rounded edges, doors, and several top configurations when compared to the Willys. The Scout was an immediate success when launched in '61 and went on in several configurations through 1980. Many consider this revolutionary model the precursor to the modern SUV.
Well, in this one, it was in storage before.
Yeah.
After he bought it, and I got it out because we had to move it, and I took it to high school and got it running, and then we just didn't have much use for it, or I had other vehicles.
I heard your sister drove it for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She drove it to Nerd Day. She dressed up as Nerd, and she would take it, and it was green, and it has the sliding windows on the side. And
So tell me what happened. Originally it was blue, right?
yep, it was this green color. Here
Yeah.
was the original color when he bought it. And what rust was on it, you can see that they had the floorboards fixed.
Okay.
And you can probably see here where they repaired that rocker panel. And this is after it was painted, back when they still had yellow license plates.
It looks nice. I like the red. I mean, the red really makes
Yes.
it pop. Yeah, they did a good job in painting it.
Yeah, this picture right here is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
How long has this been since this thing has seen the light of day?
Probably about 22 years. Yeah, it's
Is it way back there?
it's about in the center.
All right. Well, let's go see what's in there. Is it? Can we even get it out of there, Kent?
Well, in 4 or 5 hours, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to take a little bit.
It's going to take a whole bunch of gloves and
Yeah.
hard work to get that thing buried. You know?
And all of us kids, we've always threatened that we're going to be the ones that end up with it and do this and that with it. And we talk about it, and then years go by, we don't talk about it for a while, and then we talk about it again, and life happens, and have kids and moving away and everything. And I'm afraid if we don't do anything with it, this place is going to fall down on top of it.
It may just fall down on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's time to get it out and do something with it.
Well, let's take a closer look at it, Tommy. Let's see what kind of shape it's in.
Yeah, tires need a little bit of air.
Yeah, tires need a little bit of air.
See, the upholstery look okay. Looks like it's tuck and roll.
Yeah, there's been a lot of mice over the years that have made their home in here.
It's got the original oh shoot handle.
It does. Looks like we don't have a lot of
It's not, yeah.
rust.
All wheel drive.
Yeah.
Check the rockers.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Not holding there. So we do have some Bondo.
So the window slides instead of rolls down, huh?
Yeah.
Slides over.
That looks really good in there.
Does the windshield look okay, the glass?
Glass looks good.
The glass looks good. 2 spare tires, not 1. Yeah.
If I don't come back, what's that monster called that lives underneath Scouts? Ken?
It's
How does it look, Tommy?
vampires, I think.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah?
I can't really see the floor. Wow, that's a lot of
What?
just dust and cobwebs on the.
Yeah, spiders are us here.
Still have some original paperwork here. Let's see if I can find a date. Date and application of this State Farm Insurance, 7/10 of 1991. Okay, so International, this is the 152 4-cylinder. It was literally half of the 304 V8, so parts are interchangeable. You can see the original color was green. Wow. It's like archaeology.
Was it running when it was put in here?
Yes, I actually drove it in here.
Okay, so it was running.
Yes.
So my biggest concern, kind of in terms of, it looks clean. The body looks clean. There's a little bit of, I think there's a little bit of Bondo on the rocker panel, but as Scouts go, you know, they rusted away. Nice ones running in clean shape are about 10. So you know, if it's running and it's pretty original, it's like 10. You can buy these guys running, not so nice, but you can get them from like 3 to 5, but running.
Right.
So you know, I'm kind of more in the 3 to 5 range than I am in the 5 to 7 range.
I'm tough to get along with, but that'll work, I think.
I think we're gonna need to probably stay around 5.
5. I just don't see it 5. I'm not at 5. It's just not there. I don't want to. Maybe somebody will pay that for it. I'm not. You know, that's certainly your thing. But my big concern is it's going to cost at least, if you do it on the cheap,
Yeah, it could cost at least 5.
to get it running. And,
right.
You know, we're not in the business of flipping cars, but I don't want to be underwater. Where would you be at on this?
Well, I found keys.
Hey! All right. Well, that's just
$100
that's
right there.
$100 right there.
It's really hard to get a full gauge on it unless it's out in the sun.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, because we only know what the one side looks like, what part of the back looks like.
Right.
But if the other side's, you know, similar to this side, it looks pretty straight.
Yeah.
For at least, you know, in the 30 years it's been here. Yeah. So, but you know, you can get running ones for 4 that aren't in a barn.
My opinion is 3.5 fair, but I don't want to argue. I mean, that's your. There's so many things we just don't know.
Will you meet me in the middle?
45?
3.7.
Your middle's a long way.
Will you do 3.750? Cash? No?
I would stay hard fast at 4, but that is entirely up to you. They're here with the trailer, and we got help to get it out. So.
Yeah. So 3.75 we'll do. We got cash, and we'll take it out of here. It'll go to a good home. We'll do a video series, so it'll live on beyond just this.
I see that. I say we get it out of here, and if it turns over and it's not seized up, then 4.
gosh. 4.
That's you're here. You're with the trailer.
An outfit.
I think it's a cool
the
trailer.
outfit that did the body work
Yeah.
and stuff on was.
All right. I'm not going to argue over 250. You
Was Frank and
got
West.
yourself a deal. 4,000. If you can turn the engine over.
Okay.
All right. Fair.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Let's do it. Let's get it out of here. Tell me about Lucky here. Come here, Lucky. Come here. Come here.
Well, Lucky is she's a mutt. I found her on the side of the road about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And people were trying to feed her and catch her and couldn't do it. So one Saturday I was at work and I felt sorry for her, so I tried to stop and do it and get her, and she snarled and growled at me and bit at me. And as soon as I caught her, she went to licking my face and just turned into a completely different dog. But she's been in my hind pocket ever since.
And so, how did she lose her leg?
She was on the back of the four-wheeler and she was whining and barking at some cows on the one side, and my boy and I were looking at antelope on the other side. And we went around a corner and she'd fell off.
She got hit. She got bit in the face by a rattlesnake too.
Yep, and then
That is a lucky dog.
yeah, and a couple years later she got bit in the face by a rattlesnake.
Look what I found. Anybody know what car this is off of? Oldsmobile? Probably eBay that for something, huh? Those things are gonna be relatively valuable. Look how cool that is. Let's try it. Let's see here. What do you think? Yeah?
Well, it's not factory.
No?
No, it's weird.
No, it doesn't work. Okay. All right, I guess we'll leave it here.
We are airing up the tires. I guess you guys are gonna jack it up to give us some assistance.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, group, man.
Wow, we got up to 30 pounds. We're moving.
Especially when we get the other two. All right, so the plan is we're going to try to get this jack under the pumpkin, jack up the front of it, and then use the jack to actually wheel it away from the wall so we could air up the other two tires. That's what we're going after.
Hubcaps.
Hubcap. Here, let me borrow your cane. Let me borrow your cane. Looky there.
Nailed it.
So Jade's gonna pull the truck out, and we're gonna try to pull the Scout out with his pickup. Now that we've cleared the path and hopefully didn't get the HEPA virus. What's this virus called?
Hanta?
Hanta. Hopefully we didn't get the Hanta virus. So we'll know in a few weeks.
I'm a windshield wiper now.
Okay, watch out, boys. Let's go slow. Right, Tommy, right more. Watch out, the dogs are really tired. There you go. That way, that way, that way,
Watch out for that sink, Roman.
that way. Hold up. We got a sink that's gonna hit this. Let's grab it. Okay, straighten her out. Hold up. Hold up. We're hitting on the side here.
Get that right, you gotta clear the tires. You're doing good.
We're hitting hard, guys. Push it back a little bit. We're hitting hard.
Okay, jump forward with the Ranger.
We're gonna dunk it. Okay. We need to clear this stuff out of here. We put a big scratch in it.
Oh man, I can't lift that army box.
I can try and get it.
Okay.
Got a little scratch in there.
Didn't dent the Scout, but we did scratch the paint a little bit. Keep it coming. That way. Oh yeah!
Woohoo! Why don't you pull it all the way around here? Keep pulling around. Oh, we need to turn that wheel. Turn the wheel this way, Tommy, if you can.
Good.
Okay.
So what was it like to drive, Tommy?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it's really easy to turn even though there's no power steering. The speedometer worked. We actually got a little bit of movement in the speedometer. There's no clutch. There's brakes, something resembling a throttle, and the transmission.
we got metal, metal, metal. That's where it's gonna be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part that would rust the most.
Yeah. That's Bondo.
Yeah.
That's
Now-
good Bondo.
One thing about it,
Yeah.
it's not bubbling or cracking
Yeah,
out.
it's good Bondo. It's pretty good. The paint is amazing.
It's got to be at least 30-year-old paint.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's no bubbling anywhere. What was it like when you were driving it? Pretty
You
slow,
know what?
huh?
I never got to drive
You never
it.
drove it?
I never was old enough to drive it.
It only goes 40.
It only goes 40, okay.
My sisters got to drive it, and they drove it, and it was too much work to drive.
Yeah.
Power steering?
Yeah, Armstrong power steering.
Armstrong.
Oh! Looks like we got us some keys. Here's the engine. This is a little unorthodox and probably not what we should be doing because we don't have any Marvel mystery oil in the cylinder, but you can grab the fan here and you can see it turns the water pump, the generator, and then most importantly that bottom pulley
Yeah, the crankshaft.
with the belt.
That's the crank.
So
Which means the pistons are going up and down if there's pistons in it.
if there's pistons in there,
Been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate the chance to tell the story about this old Scout. So it's cool. Did you enjoy this truck? Are you sorry to see it go?
In a way, yes, I am.
Yeah?
It's something that I always wanted, and after you got it, you didn't use it, so
Yeah.
maybe somebody else can use it.
So does he have access to the internet? Will you be able to watch the videos?
Hey, I get it.
Yeah, we'll send you the links. If you give me your email address, we'll send you the links to the videos, and then you can kind of see it coming back to life, hopefully.
To my knowledge, there's nothing mechanical
Wrong
wrong.
with it. Okay. Well, let's do this, guys. Let's clear the rest of it out. Now, let's take the carpet out because it's full of mouse turds. Let's not bring those back home.
so even after all these years, there's a lot of poo, but actually the actual material looks pretty good. That's a lot of poo. Now we don't know if we have compression. We're not going to do a compression test. We're just going to take the gamble. We're going to look out for some rust right now. But you know, the paint seems pretty good. We've got an engine here, original oil bath filter. Looks like that looks like oil to me.
My dad was, when he was alive, when he was using the Scout, he said, I'll show you something. He said that this Scout will do more than you can ever imagine. He took the winch, ran it up to a tree up high, and kicked that PTO in gear, and it just picked that Scout right up on its tail. And after we had it up there, we couldn't figure out what we were going to do to get it back without ruining the back end. And he says, well, somebody pull ahead, somebody will let it down.
So I've got 4,000 in cash. You should count it. And I've got my business card for you.
Okay.
So you can see where it's going to be.
All right.
But make sure that's right. I'm really grateful. Thank you very much. I'm glad that we can keep telling the story of this beautiful truck. And you know, it's been an adventure. You know, anybody can buy a truck next door, but to have to come up, 8 hours and pull out of the barn and deal with potentially deadly virus, but to meet really nice people, that's really what makes my job such a pleasure. You guys have been great. I'm really grateful. Don't slow down. Keep going. Well, there you have it, guys. A new TFL truck. Lucky. And hopefully we've been lucky and didn't get the end of the virus. Boys, let's go. Oh my God, look at all that. You see all those black specks? Oh, there's a mouse. Oh, there's a mouse.
So to find one that looks original and has been repaired, I'd say this one looks pretty good.